a step, can't turn back now. You know that there's no room for doubt. No, we can't turn back now. I see danger in your eyes. They know we'll burn down tonight. Only just like the sunrise. You know that we're gonna light it up tonight. We're gonna light it up tonight. We're gonna light it up just like the sunrise. We're gonna light it up.
Hello everybody and welcome to the only series of today. Unfortunately, one got cancelled and this one got... The Chen also has really nice cog clearing potential early on in this game as well, so I think with for the little bit of extra AoE that you'd kind of prefer, you'd probably want the Plasma Field, in my opinion. 16 damage, you know, for the amount of harass that you're taking doesn't seem like the most amount that you'd want to give back, and then obviously Clockwork is going to do some push-pulling stuff here to solidify some of the lane. I do love Razor Shadow Fiend. This sounds like a really strong lane combo. You get level 2 on Disruptor, and then you can pull people back into the raises of Shadow Fiend, so you can start by right-clicking and then raise slow. to follow it up. Nyx Assassin is also a hero that doesn't really like playing into this combo, and once Chris starts getting a little bit more in the way of souls, I doubt Batrider will be able to do much, if anything. Especially with the wand stick in the lane. I feel like this Batrider is going to have a hard time getting on top of the SF, especially since you're gonna have the glimpse to keep him away if you need to, use it defensively. Yield, I think, keeps the Batrider locked in as well. cinematic performance here from YACHE123 in terms of, you know, hitting timings and then just going, right? 4 blink daggers. And how does Carstensz Esports take a fight if they don't have a blink on their own? Nobody on their team can really just take a fight. They can't take any fights on their terms. It's really hard to sort of pick anybody off when you don't have any of that initiation. You kind of just have to walk in with the next assassin, with the Batrider. And yeah, you can tell, like, after this Roshan, game fell apart. Not another kill after 20 minutes and 20 seconds, it appears. 20 minutes, 20 or 30 seconds. Game just completely fell apart for Carstensz. We'll see if we can get another game going here soon. But I unfortunately closed out of the post game, and also I need to set up some stuff for the stream. But just to talk a little bit more about sort of that last game, I think the draft was the biggest problem. I would love to see Carstensz go for something a little bit more their style. I don't think that they necessarily drafted to their strengths. I think in Dota we get a little bit too overcomplicated in a lot of situations, and instead of just doing what is best for ourselves, we kind of want to do what's best for the team. But a couple of improvements later, and we'll be able to see them push through. Don't go anywhere. Game 2 will be underway shortly.
Broken alone, I feel the rain crashing down. All around this empty town, we're searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Just stare, 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares too. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. gave you everything, held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Someone to be saved, someone to clean up and tame. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh. You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face. Got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption never came. I stopped asking for forgiveness, cause you should know only fools tread with the angels. Fear to go, but you keep trying to get too close. Save myself by turning into stone. So save your judgment cause you just don't know. But some things never change, never change. Oh, they say I should feel guilty and change my ways, leaving crumpled bodies in my wake. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. Swear I didn't mean to make them break. But they're so delicate and so mundane, and they keep coming like a moth to a flame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain. Some things never change, never change. Oh, redemption never came.
starters. One out of a million will reach those heights. Always had a feeling that I won't deny that work. Never could toss. Look in my eyes, I'm on the rocks, guys. A couple milli now, I'm causing a commotion. I've been coasting, hear my name around the world like an explosion.
Rise up, rise up. We are the apocalypse, and a pill that keeps us floating. As we fly above the stars, the light won't scare us falling. So rise up. Way too great to be landed. Rise up. Way too great to be standing.
They never gonna stop us, fly by them like choppers. Better took those risks, hold one of my fists, we fire starters. Let's go. One out of a million will reach those heights. Always had a feeling that I won't deny that work. Never could toss. Look in my eyes, I'm on the rocks, guys.
ricochet. I see the sparks you throw my way. I know your name is written on everyone's mind. Your whole show is captivating me, but don't think that I can see right through that disguise. But when you got close to me, you had me falling so hard, baby, yeah, now I get it. You got heads turning, and you don't even try. Well, would you look at that? My glass is empty, How about I get another drink, baby, Okay, I get it. You got fire burning, right there in your eyes. And when you got
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Game 2. Carstensz Esports versus YACHE123 in EPL World Series Southeast Asia, Season 12. I am Plate, and we got ourselves a Largo. The Frogman has decided to come back. Was originally banned before, and Carstensz looking for a little bit more of a sort of push with the hero. Now, double pick, opening double core. This could be a Largo flex, but opening double core, i.e. putting the Kez mid or carry, is a little bit of a, I would say, difficulty. I don't know if I necessarily agree with this decision. I think the problem with Kez that I have is that it is very matchup dependent. Against melee heroes, specifically, you want to put like you basically want to draft Kez against melee heroes, right? That's the idea, because he does so much damage. He does some of the most damage in the game early on, and just having that hero that is so consistent in his damage output, with the Largo, with the Muerta, one of the nicer things you have on your team. I do kind of wish that they would bring back the sort of Muerta carry, but that's neither here nor there. I will say I am heavily favoring this YACHE123 draft. Again, I think that this is really hard for Carstensz to contend with. Largo kind of gets rolled over by... Largo's a timing hero, okay? If this is a core, I suspect that this is a position 3 Largo. But if it is, it doesn't have to be, but if it is, it's not. Okay, could be a support Largo then. We could be looking at position 5 Largo, in which case, not the biggest fan. Could also be looking at mid Largo, or mid Slaughter, or offlane Largo. If Carstensz Esports want to go for a last pick support.
5 seconds.
Who would you last pick on support? Omni? No, not Omni into Shadow Demon.
10 seconds to go. 5 seconds.
Ringmaster might be nice for some, like, you know, anti. You need some sort of anti-stampede tool, whether that's like, and maybe a little bit more team fight, so maybe Winter Wyvern on Carstensz. Again, assuming that they are looking for +5. Another angle that Carstensz Esports could go is begrudgingly putting Largo as a support, and then you go offlane Slardar with a mid Kez, and then you pick like PL Sven, probably a Sven over the PL. We've also seen Dragon Knight, but I'm not a fan of Dragon Knight into Shadow Demon, so I think a Sven maybe. With the minus armor from Slardar, Sven does a lot of work. It definitely 1 or 2 shots heroes affected by corrosive haze. I'm not sure what 11's hero pool is like.
Radiance pick.
Ember Spirit.
Ember Spirit. Okay, so it is going to be carry Kez then, with a Ember Spirit.
10 seconds to go.
I mean, Ember, I feel, gets rolled by Broodmother. If you just put the Brood in mid, and then you, like, you know what I mean? I feel like a mid Broodmother right now is very viable. Clinks isn't a hero that we normally get to see a lot, but I think in this game definitely can pan out. Not the biggest Morphling fan, but that this game in particular could work out.
Time to select from
Tiny.
these things.
Okay. I don't see the point of Tiny, but maybe they're just looking for like a lot of burst damage. They have the carry potential with the Brood. I'm not really big on carry Tiny. Wait. 11 is playing Centaur. Is this a mid Centaur? Or are they or is this like a swap where they're putting Gringe in mid and then 11 is going offlane in this game? I don't know. Mamangdaya Ember Spirit is very scary, even though it's not a particularly good Ember Spirit game. I feel like it's really hard to like count Mamangdaya out. He is a really big reason why Carstensz end up winning some of the games that they do. And I feel, I don't know. Yeah, you know, just taking a look here
You were out of your depth.
at this current standings, this group stage here, while the game is paused. YG have cleaned house. They've won every single series that they've played in. And next is Ivory, who have won all but 2 of their series, which has put them into the playoffs for sure. So, what are Carstensz YACHE123 playing for right now? Well, YACHE123 haven't won a series yet. They lost to Team Essence. So beating Carstensz here would give them a really nice opportunity, but again, YG is a tough opponent. They haven't played YG yet. That's going to be on the 17th. Games to look out for tomorrow. Carstensz will be facing off against Ivory or Interactive Philippines, and then Carstensz will be playing OMQ and Friends. On the 17th, we have Team Essence and OMQ and Friends, and then the last one is YG versus YACHE123. So, some really important last sort of games that are happening right now. The only team that's completed the field is Ivory. The loss they had to OMQ and Friends was a forfeit loss, but besides that, the only real loss that they've had was against YG. I fully expect the playoffs to go YG and Ivory in the finals.
This reward transcends expectation.
Who's chicken now?
You know, a lot of these players have played a lot of Dota with and against each other. These guys have been, you know, when it comes to pubs, when it comes to sort of just general team play, I bet their MMRs have increased with the amount of talent that's gone overseas to Malta. But, you know, when everybody goes back home, interesting to see how the dynamic is going to work there. This matchup, I feel, if I had to give an opinion, like small edge towards Mamangdaya, small edge towards straight edge. I'd really like Slardar. There is a lack of team fight here, but I think that the draft problems that existed before for Carstensz got not fixed necessarily, but they have blank dagger initiators. They have, you know, a coherent strategy with the minus armor. Sure, the team fight is a little bit weaker, but if you don't have any, you know, tools to enable the team fighting doesn't mean anything. Whereas in this game, it seems as though things will be okay.
Battle starts in
The runes will likely go 1 or 2 for 2.
1.
Yep. My question is going to be in the Brood Mother. So we're seeing carry Brood. Range is in this bottom lane. 11 switched it up and is now playing off lane. And then they have Krish, who normally who played carry last game, playing mid tiny. So triple core switch up here. Very interesting stuff. Hammy Baby takes a lot of harass here and will likely go down. No. Ends up surviving. I'm curious about what the switch up is going to be for, you know, how this plans out for what I'm now going to call YACHE123, as apparently that is how you pronounce that. So I didn't know that. I'm an English speaker, and I have tried to go through this name on Google Translate many times, but that is a script that I cannot read, and I have to thank third-party sources for helping me understand exactly how better to say that. So, in terms of this particular game, again, it's really just going to come down to those lanes. I felt like that first Roshan was another big, you know, spike. But this time Carstensz have a much better Roshan lineup with the Slaughter. You can really burst it down pretty heavily, and Largo really respects teams that bulk up and go. I'm not the biggest support Largo fan though. I think Largo excels when he's a core, when you can rush Aghanim Scepter on the hero, and then you kind of just dominate the game from there on. As yeah, Mamangdaya
In flames.
going with the traditional Ember Spirit build, which is maxing Flame Guard. Used to be that you'd go, you know, max Searing Chains, Side of Fist. You wouldn't really care about the Flame Guard too much. But yeah, recently the Ember Spirits of the world have been going for this build. And then you get the Spirit Vessel still for I was gonna say a little bit, but it is a lot of damage. It was a little bit of damage. People wouldn't normally build into that, but you can see that the harassment from Ember is quite ridiculous, and is able to use some of that bottle regen to trade harass under the tower with Krish, who doesn't, or he does have a bottle of his own now. Bottom lane might have been a dead shot into a Slithering Crush kind of angle, as Krish continues to take a lot of damage in mid. I mean, he is just getting bullied out of this lane. It's not the kind, I mean, he has only died one time. He's got equivalent CS, but yeah, once this urn arrives, Mamangdaya will be able to sort of look for more of a kill threat angle, and I think Tiny kind of just forced to build, use all the trees, create as much of that as possible, but Mamangdaya obviously, why am I saying obviously so much? Mamangdaya winning the Rune War against the Spirit specifically. I'd love to see a couple of support rotations in mid, stop the bleeding on this mid lane. Plenty of kills happening around the map that just keep getting overlooked. My apologies. Bottom lane ends up being an important one, and a pause. I will say, Slarver's been doing a very good job against this Brood. Support rotation down bottom. And this is the nice combo with the Clockwork, right? You can set up the cogs really easily, but they are bringing over Mamangdaya, so he's going to look for the Clockwork revenge kill. Maybe Grinch would have been better, but the Clockwork was heading towards the lane anyway. So Mamangdaya cleans up basically what is a creep wave. We'll look to go back mid. I will say, again, Mamangdaya Ember Spirit, not something that you will ever see me bet against. I feel like this is easily Mamangdaya's best hero. And that Huskar performance, he is a good Huskar player. But that last game, it was not a good Huskar game. It just wasn't. Too much tempo. Unless you're dominating the game from really early on, and Mamangdaya wasn't. Not that good of a game. But I'd love to see him here now on a sort of a bigger, flashier hero. as he's doing the, typical position 2 thing. The scan will catch him. Let's see if he commits with the remnant. No. The cogs push. Spots it out. But yeah, Krish going for first item Blink Dagger obviously just feels like he needs to be a little bit more active in this game for his team. At this point, the crash landing is enough to get rid of the Flame Guard. I don't think there was enough points in Flame Guard. You couldn't put enough points in Flame Guard if you wanted to on Ember. At this point, Tiny is too tanky, right? He's got, what, 1500 HP? Yeah. And, that shield rune was on top of him as well. So it's just, maxing toss. Stops any of these max Flame Guard shenanigans. 2 points was all you needed early on. I would have loved to have seen Mamangdaya go 1 point inside of Fist just to dodge the toss, but obviously didn't quite happen. As Seimei gets dove underneath this tower, they are looking with the clockwork. We're in some trouble though. They won't be able to find. Oh, Mamangdaya will be able to get the gap closed easily, so that's going to be a kill. And then Tammy may be getting chased down by the frog, but it's going to be Deadshot that cleans up the kill. So you lose your carry and your position 5, but you only get the 3. I felt like that dive was a little too intense, especially considering the kind of heroes that can TP in to help. Mamangdaya is starting to really get away from this game. Amy Baby setting up here. But, yeah, he just TP'd in. This is one of those games where, I'm kind of looking at, how to, or YACHE123, and I'm like, this is not the same kind of performance that we saw game 1. Now, game 1, I don't know what their roles are on their heroes, but like, it worked with Krish playing carry, it worked with 11 playing mid. Why are we changing it up? Why are we making such a drastic change? I feel like this is something that would only be done if you lost. And there's been a lot more pressure to really stop Gringe in his tracks. See, Straight Edge is having the time of his life up here. Gonna go for Battle Fury on the Kez. Not going for any weird Deso build. Keeping it simple. Go for what works. You're in a winning game. This game state is very favorable for this Battle Fury, so why not pick it up? And Krish is still on the pathway towards his Blink Dagger. Not the slowest Blink Dagger I've ever seen in the world, but, obviously, with any item, you'd like to see it sooner. This is, I don't know. I don't want to say like a less interesting game, but the thing is that the Broodmother did not win the lane. The Broodmother absolutely got cooked in lane, and that kind of just stops the game plan from the Radiant, I feel, entirely. You kind of needed the Brood to be a space, a bit more of a space creator, but ultimately, it didn't work out that way. Straight Edge dodges the initiation, and yeah, there's going to be a smoke play happening in the background. Both supports coming in to give a little bit more help. Bombing Daya trying to gap close as well, but he will get spotted out. But here comes Largo. With the silence on to 2, they're looking for the Shadow Demon. That is the correct target. They missed the dead shot. That's basically it. The Remnant is in. Gets a 2-man stun. A Tammy Baby still not level 6. Here comes the Krish with that toss, but he didn't get it back onto 11. Would have been a nice play. Hook shot in. He's got one more Remnant and a DD rune. Mass support's coming in right now. They have a Stampede coming here as well. Blink in from the Slardar. Now you're stuck in the river with the Fish Boy. He's going to make that walk over. And with the minus armor on Clockwork, good riddance and goodbye. We take a look over now at the Shadow Demon getting dove. This double damage Umber Spirit is really powerful and a really heads up play from Carstensz to read that maneuver. YACHE123 trying to find that pick off there on Mamagdaya, but obviously bring enough numbers to make that impossible. And we can see how much of a difference this game is, though I will say only 2,000 gold lead when you're down 7 kills. Not the worst thing. I just don't know how you killed the Ember Spirit. Something burn all of your mana. Something. Yeah, I feel, I feel like the more I'm watching this game unfold, the more I'm sort of understanding that the pressure points of YACHE123 or YACHE123, it feels, this Crimson Guard can't come soon enough, and this kill is massive. Finding the Centaur, can't stampede away. Oh my gosh, ain't no way he lives. No, he doesn't live. Maybe if he stampeded, he would have been able to get up, but that was a smoke for the Wisdom Shrine, which they will happily claim. And now they look in the back line, they find the Clockwork. Some easy kills for Slardar here. As they continue, and this is just all the pressure all the time. Orchid being completed on the Brood. Oh gosh. I don't think Flock was expecting that. Avalanche in the back line. Krish looking for the crash landing. Can't quite find the angles. Maybe Stampede. You'd like for it to go in, but hard L with the heals. This Largo hero. Oh my gosh. Get wrecked. This Largo hero is something that you've got to really pay. Oh no. That hook shot was not the kind of thing that you were kind of hoping for on the Clockwork. Avalanche blanking, crash landing, finds a pickup, but will he get any sort of save here? There's no banish on the Shadow Demon. I feel like you make that play out of desperation and because it'll get you a little bit of value, not for any other reason.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
As yeah, 11
Top tower is being
going for the Lotus Orb next, has the
top tower
Crimson
has
Guard.
been destroyed.
We've seen Crimson on Centaurs be a bit more be a bit more effective. Hook shot in, gets cancelled. As Bisk will get a couple of cog kicks on Amangdaya, but with the Conda, not really in any threat of dying. And now 11 is being pushed and pulled every which way. Centaurs typically don't like to do this unless they have their items sorted out, but 11 is not that guy.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. I know. I don't care either.
The dream scenario with Centaur Warrunner is everybody leaves you alone for as long as possible because you're a Centaur and you can't die. Kind of just lets you farm up as much as you want. As Krish can't quite get the avalanche toss combo in the background, you can look at Mamangdaya with the silence, but they don't have enough damage. Silence will come out from Gringe. Nice lick, puts it away. Hook shot doesn't land, it wasn't long enough. And now Mamangdaya is baiting. They have the Largo coming in, but it won't be enough. I think the call to retreat has been made, and a lot of heroes brought into the mid lane. Really not for a whole lot. I mean, I think it was still the Radiant that lost a couple of heroes. Might have been one. Part of the game where the Radiant are kind of starting to get a little bit desperate. Oh, Mamangdaya with the two-man chains. They have a silence to come through as well. But this Ember Spirit's silenced and doesn't have a way to get out. The hookshot is blocked? I don't know how the hookshot didn't stun Ember Spirit there. He's out. That shot won't land. They bring over straight edge. He's invisible. Don't have any vision, but the avalanche is there. Toss back into the stun. That's enough to get the kill onto straight edge. And the Stampede to find +1. Ethereal doesn't do anything to save the Muerta. Very big pickoff here. Again, I think they could have gotten Mamangdaya there, actually, if you ask me, but yeah, no Shadow Demon Purge. Stun over, but the toss-up is going to be able to save Tammy, baby. Really big kills as they start to make their way over to the Wisdom Shrine. Yeah, Wisdom Shrine, one of those really important objectives that Carstensz need to figure out a way to protect. I guess either team need to figure out a way to protect it. Smoke. I don't know if that spots anything out of the ordinary, but it's going to be smoke break. Y2. Silence is down. However, they find the backline. Looking towards that Slardar. That's a big pickoff. And Largo is now a little compromised. They have 11 standing exactly where he wants to. The Crimson Guard is available as well, and that Largo just got deleted. Straight edge in the middle. Silence is down. 11 looking for more. Avalanche and the toss is doing quite a lot of damage, but the dead shot comes in, and straight edge with a double kill. They couldn't quite gap close. I don't think Tiny was ready. He does have a combo, but these silences.
Dyer's middle tower is being attacked.
It feels a little bit like a pause 4 diff, I'm not gonna lie. Weiska's 0-5 and 5. Kind of just hook shots in and dies constantly, and some of these hook shots aren't the most efficient that I've seen. Continues to get caught by the Ember Spirit.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Lotus should help. Kind of like the Blank Aghanim Scepter build up on, oh no. Tiny dies mid. The Same will easily live through this, and with the vision granted by Erosion here, Corrosive Haze, and find more kills. It's starting to get a lot problematic here. They haven't solved the Momming Dia's Ember Spirit. He's 10-0 and 9. And then they have the Roshan objective pushing with the Sardar, right? Remember what we said in the draft. This is... This is just one of those games where you... Yeah, I don't know. What do? You know what I mean? Like, you have Yule set there. You're going Shiva's Guard on Krish. I guess that's gonna help somewhat, but you have to deal with Ember Spirit. You got to figure out a way to get the Ember Spirit solved, and the only way of doing that might be like some sort of random rogue Bloodthorn. Orchid used. They have the damage. That's gonna be enough. They finally get the kill. Tammy Baby picks it up. I don't mind that. I don't mind that Tammy Baby was the one that got the kill. I know it's kind of like, what are you talking about? Like 1200 gold on Broodmother would be Bloodthorn, but support gold's so important. Stampede committed to try to get KSH out of dodge. Looked for some sort of cheeky play, didn't get it. But the top tower ends up going down, and I don't want to say the game's slipping. Well, with the Broodmother, you can't ever count the game out, and I say that because Insatiable Hunger is one of the most broken spells in Dota 2. Manta style used. Solar Crest in behind for a lot more tankiness. Range is being chased, but again, this is a spider you're chasing at the end of the day. I don't know if this is necessarily, you know, something that you want to keep going after the whole time. Eleven continues his rampage of the bottom lane, just AFK farming it up. Closing in on 10 CS per minute. Straight edge. BKB finished top. He is the top net worth hero. What I really like about Bloodthorn on Broodmother, I feel like I should learn how to play Brood. Tammy Baby's dead. What I love about this Broodmother hero is like Insatiable Hunger steal plus a 70% base attack damage bonus. Kind of insane. Not that I think the Facet is any good, but when you have a Bloodthorn, it adds up. Personally, I don't know why Bloodthorn does that additional 60% damage after 5 seconds. I feel like if Bloodthorn just did the first part or the second part, it would be enough. Maybe increase the damage by like 10 or something, but like you don't need that burst at the end, I don't think. Hook shot. Hookshot alert, Same with the BKB pops the 3-man stun, turns around, tries to find an angle. He's trying to get away, but they pop the Stampede to get him. So that's a 9-second BKB from Same gone. The really important item timing here is the BKBs are finished for Carstensz right now. Likely not, won't see BKB on Centaur Warrunner. He's going for Shiva's Guard. I don't like doubling up on Shiva's. I wonder if they're going to talk about it. I would suspect that they would. I feel like the double Shiva's is a conscience, cautious. It's a decision the team is making. No, they changed their mind. Centaur's gonna go Agonist up there. Okay, I see. One tower in the bottom lane, traded for a tower in the mid lane. But giving a Brood this much space... not really something that you typically want to be doing. I felt like they were shutting the Brood down pretty well early on, and at this point, like, you're the Brood's level 19, you're competing with the Kessler farm, and you don't have a Battle Fury. Level 20 is a big power spike for Brood. Level 25 even bigger, though, with the minus base attack time during Insatiable Hunger. And yeah, you can see the damage on this top tower. Already coming in. I don't know why Brood decided that this was the, the dive. That seemed silly. I also agree, Tsukimoto. I don't know what that was for. It's not a pub, you can't just, run it down at a support. Especially as the most important you're the most important hero on your team. Anytime you make a decision like that, you have to be very confident it's gonna work. Now you've put your team in an awkward position where you're sort of forced to buy time. All of that money, all of that space that you gave up, or that you just, fought so hard to get, you've now lost. Some items in case those are wondering at home. Again, the triple BKB for Carstensz. I would have preferred if they, forced a team fight a bit more, but they didn't. And Hard L is still just building regular Largo, core Largo basically, except as a position 5. So all of the support items are going to come down to Tsukimoto. He's also buying an Aghanim Scepter, so they're really buying for a lot of space creation at this point. If you can burst anybody down here, they find straight edge. BKB comes out in time before the Centaur stomp. And Largo's here with the Aghanim Scepter, so he's going to be able to provide a lot of healing. They go in, Krish with the BKB of his own. Those were nice cogs, but the BKBs were still coming down on the Shadow Demon. Vanish is onto himself, waiting for the BKBs to go down, and there it is. The Ember Spirit getting caught in. Avalanche toss up into the air. They get the lick to save. You got to get on top of this Largo if you want to be able to get a kill here, as they will eventually Grinch. Looking for an angle, but they don't have enough damage. Stun will miss. Two-man stun down, but eventually they will chase the Brood. And just like that, the Centaur Warrunner is next. Rish looking, but that Yule Scepter is a bait if he tends to use it. And it's a full team wipe.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Actually more than a full team wipe, it's 6 heroes dead.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
One team has BKBs and the other team doesn't. That's just how she goes. And I felt like
Middle tower is under siege.
YACHE123 took that fight a little too early.
Radiant structures have been taken. Radiant's middle tower is being attacked. Radiant's middle barracks is being attacked.
This middle racks will go down as a result of that team fight. And, you know, after one team fight, you've basically lost
Middle barracks has been destroyed. Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
10,000 gold net worth. There's a Roshan up for grabs
Radiant's
in a
top
couple of
tower is
seconds. There's a DD rune bottom for straight edge. He's got a Satanic.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Game feels like it's one team fight away, and you have a Fresh Knights that could be on the Brood, but really what else is there?
Back to my ad-libs.
It'll be Mamangdaya forward. Cleans up all of those broodlings. And with the damage, you gotta be careful! Deleted in seconds! Grinch couldn't even get the BKB off in time, and Straight Edge with the BKB of his own chasing down the Tiny. The Lotus will buy a little bit of time, but yeah, the Aghanim Scepter's finished up on the Muerta. That means that anybody standing in behind are gonna get ripped to shreds, and this game's over. The minus armor strat is too much, and I think we're gonna, very likely, in fact, 93% likely to be going to a game 3.
Radiant's bottom tower
A well-fought game by Carstensz Esports. And Straight Edge, a
Radiant's bottom
better
tower is
Kez performance this time around, as a full team wipe will persist. Mamangdaya with the pickoff. I think has died, he's died one time. One death on Kez.
Radiant's top tower is under siege. Radiant
Mamangdaya Earth Spirit is definitely something to behold here. He's done an incredible job.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked. Radiant has fortified its structures.
27,000 gold lead at this point. Roshan's still up. They don't even need to take the Roshan.
Radiant's top barracks is under attack.
Blink in, 11 looking for an angle. Hookshot's going to be able to come in, but Mamangdaya in with the Sleight of Fist on the back line. Stampede comes out. Tammy Baby gets picked off pretty quickly. And Grinch trying his best, but can't even find the Largo during their BKB. GG is called. That was the last team fight opportunity they kind of had, and yeah, I'm kind of just surprised that YACHE123 did such a drastic change in their draft. I think they overcooked a little bit. Put Krish back on carry, put 11 back in the mid. That off lane was a lot better game one, and yeah, Carstensz made an adjustment. They put Mamangdaya on a real mid hero. It was a decent enough Ember Spirit game. Well, it wasn't a Giga Grief Ember Spirit game, but yeah, this Largo was a problem too. 19,000 combined hero and damage and healing. Just got the kind of performance that you would expect from a Largo, considering, it was first pick, and also Largo is one of the better heroes in Dota 2 at the moment. A little surprised at the, again, just the draft switch up from YACHE123 was kind of surprising in my opinion. But you got to give credit where credit is due, and Straight Edge nearly 1,000 XP in this game, didn't do the most damage. That honor obviously goes to our MVP of the game, Mamangdaya. 17-1-17 is kind of ridiculous. 40 kills, 34 no participation, and just like that, we're going to be going to the third game of today. Hopefully it is as good as game 1 and game 2 were. We'll be right back for some more EPL action. Local War Error.
I feel it too. But I don't think this could be something that becomes a thing. Maybe just for tonight, then I'll be over you. But when you got close to me, you had me falling so hard, baby, you know I get it. You got heads turning, and you don't even try. Well, would you look at that? My glass is empty, glass
game 3 underway here, and
Interesting.
what has been a pretty entertaining best of 3 so far, but the culmination of all of the events that have transpired led up until this moment, and this is essentially just a best of 1, who winner takes all. I will say, the more that I think about it, the more that I'm a fan of this Radiant lineup. I think this is just so much tempo, right? Like, if the... 11. The Weaver is definitely a lot more problematic than people give it credit for, but again, the Chronospheres, there's a lot of pressure on Faceless Void, in my opinion. Interesting item buildup. Is that a Falcon Blade? It looks like a Falcon Blade buildup. Not not the biggest fan of Falcon Blade on Void, but maybe there's something here.
Well,
It's a lot of time that oh no. Grange got hit with the dead shot. Wasn't quite ready for it. And doesn't even level a spell. He accepts his fate. You don't even get same A on the other side of it. So pretty yucky. I'm curious to see how Razor does. Oh my gosh, what a... I don't know why Muerto was still in mid, but, kudos to you, I guess.
Radiant's courier has fallen.
Weaver. Weaver Disruptor lane. I mean, it's interesting. I don't know if it's good per se, but it is interesting. I feel like Weaver has a big problem with oh, nice kill. But I feel like Weaver has a big problem just like with living if there's a lot of burst or magic damage in the lane, which is exactly what this lineup does. And with the silence, like if you get level 3 in this lane, I do believe the Weaver has to be genuinely careful for their life. With the silence, with the dead shot, the Cinder Brew, so it's just gonna be too much. But base dying level 1 on a Shadow Demon, you're not used to dying level 1. I mean, this is a hero that, with the disruption, can really bully an enemy position 5 out, depending on if it's like a, if it's a Jakiro, then easily not, but, yeah, otherwise it's very, very impactful. Middle matchup should be pretty even, Steven. Mangdaya shouldn't honestly get more than 1 point in static link, in my opinion, in this lane. 11 is one of the better SFs, even though he's not level 30. Interesting skill build, double points time dilation. This is very unique. Muerta ends up dying bottom. They don't have a glimpse for Seimei, but they do have some Thunderstrike action if they want to use it. They do. Quite a bit of damage being put out onto that hero. But yeah, interesting skill build. I wonder if this is sort of the meta now. And you lane it against, like, some spell spammy hero, like if you play against a Timber Saw, you just pick Faceless Void and then Bob's your uncle. Shadow Demon, one of those heroes that, but you know, normally see Shadow Demons nowadays max Disseminate instead of whatever they've been doing in the past. I think it's Shadow Poison max. Shadow Poison seems more like a thing you do for vision nowadays. The damage can add up, but yeah. That dead shot will secure the kill. Onto 11. Nice solid, you know, support rotation over. Pick off a kill. First Sammy struggles, but these kinds of rotations are what will put your team ahead, especially if you want to give your, you know, mid a better matchup in the day. Though I will say it's not a particularly good Razor game. A lot of ranged heroes. I think Shiva's Guard is completely necessary. Just trying to get a, you know, make it harder for people to run away from you. Scotty is another big item that could be picked up this game. Yeah, Weaver. So for those of you that don't know how, like, this Weaver hero, and you're like, what is going on? Why do I know, like, why am I kind of seeing Weaver again? The carry lane has been so important for so long, like, just, you know, making sure you win your lane. Weaver's so good at winning lane. Shikuchi, you know, makes it so your opponents have to spend money on sentries, and then, you know, you have such high damage. Germinated attack is a, you know, double damage plus on a 9-second cooldown, and it doesn't draw aggro, so you just walk up to the opponent, right-click them with the Gemini attack. Doesn't, you know, cause any aggro. You can secure lastas with the Shikuchi, and then also, you know, harass your opponent at the same time. And then the bugs. Early levels, people don't have the attack speed or the items to really deal with the minus armor. So while you're hitting the bugs, you're not hitting the Weaver. Weaver is just able to trade. That much more effectively with the Brewmaster. Go mid, give Tammy Baby some more experience, and that will leave Straight Edge solo top. 11 is up here, but he doesn't have ulti. What's the plan? Disruption into Spear into Raze? I'd imagine that's what's going to happen here. I feel like that's definitely the game plan. But level 1, you know, Disruption. Oh, it does have the same range as at all levels. Interesting. I wonder if they should change that.
I'm finished with you.
Friend of Wisdom activates in 32 seconds. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, will Mamangdaya make the walk over mid, right? Like that's kind of that's what's happening right now. Because Hard L walking back up top. Razor obviously can also make that rotation over. But there comes the disruption. Spear over to the tree, and that's enough burst damage. So what'll happen now, you know, depends. Mamangdaya, do they want to commit? They do have the ultimate available for SF. And I believe Mars doesn't quite have his ultimate yet. But yeah, TP's in. They're ready for this. The courier will get sniped, maybe, but Mamangdaya Spear whiffs. And now the Link coming in, but they bring all their heroes over. They got to get on top of the Dazzle first, obviously, and there goes Krish being able to do so. Brave, a parting gift to Mamangdaya, who gets kited to complete and utter dismay. Will secure the Wisdom Shrine. Some people might find it a little bit unnecessary to bring all 5 heroes, but I think in that case it's definitely the right move. Krish is able to go back. You reset on a couple of heroes. It's not that far to walk back to base.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Krish is level 6, so he's not really under any threat of dying here. And same also has level 6. So if you do get the Brewmaster, you gotta set it up with the disruption. Yeah, there we go. Bada bing, bada boom. Easy kill. Love Shadow Demon for the setup. Such an easy hero to sort of execute on, and the ward did give vision of that time lapse. I feel like this farming speed is very low. You have a Soul Ring, Double Bracer, and full mana. Maybe he was waiting for the TP down bottom. But, yeah, TPing down there was probably a big mistake. Arena doesn't save you. And now they're trying for the TP. Wait, that works! Oh, he didn't. Yeah, he went through the portal. They couldn't cancel it. Interesting. Okay, never mind. Obviously, you'd like your first arena to sort of come with the kill, but, you know, you take those. Mass TP's down bottom once again. ASH has ultimate on the ready and available. Dazzle will get caught out here, but they get the disruption on the Faceless Void. The ulti's a little bit off the mark. No chrono. But I feel like defending this bottom tower is a bit of a bait, considering how many resources you're expending into defending it. You will find Tsukimoto. No Spear Latch, though. Frisch forced to pop ultimate, and will likely go down to the right clicks here. Yeah, this is definitely an overstay from this Radiant lineup, as Grinch forced to walk back now. Man fighting straight edge here. Razor's coming in.
I feel inclined to like you for some reason, Disruptor.
I don't think this Razor is a guy that you're going to kill, buddy. I feel like with the Dazzle behind him, it's just not going to happen.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
And yeah, as much as you would have liked to have defended this bottom tower, I think you've thrown too many bottoms, you've put too many resources into it. The Mars is, you know, spending more time down here than, you know, they could have just traded towers, you know what I mean? You could have just taken the top tower, you didn't have to give up that many kills. Open up some of the map for your Weaver to farm a bit more, you know, taking that opportunity, but instead seeing a little bit of a overreaction, I think, to a simple tower push. In an even game, you want to keep the game state. You sort of keep the game state as even as possible until something really important happens. I do love the max time dilation, though. I think this is so good against Weaver specifically. Let's see how much damage it did to the Weaver. And then once you use it, when he's got time lapse off cooldown as well, it's just so much damage. And a minus coming soon as well for the Void. Sitting top of the net worth at the moment. Again, typically not a big fan of like dual set there on, oh my gosh, straight edge. Don't have the damage, there's a grave behind. They're setting up with the spear and the arena. Can they get the grave off in time? No. No spells used quite enough, and they get the glimpse back as well. We'll set up for the dazzle. Graves himself maybe a touch too early, but I mean, what's really the point? How do you... Oh my gosh, wait. He's not even close to dying, dude. Krish is gonna be forced to glimpse here if he's not careful. I mean, time lapse. But a much better result. And it's kind of flipped the net worth a little bit. I mean, that is an insane chrono. Absolutely massive chronosphere. Very silly. Very silly to stay up there still. I feel like that's not controversial to say. You know, you gotta expect... You would do the same thing, bro. You know what I mean? Like, the freest chrono of Straight Edge's life, and I think the only way that goes better is if your Shadow Demon stands way farther back, but he wanted to participate in the tower hitting for some reason. Anamidas finished now. Oh no, buddy. Okay, so hold on. New Hand of Midas does not grant extra gold on creep kills. So the most efficient way to use Hand of Midas is to use it on creeps worth as close to 0 gold as possible. If you use it on a creep, you get the most value out of Hand of Midas by using it on a creep with 1 gold value. So what happens is you get the difference between the gold you would get for killing the creep and 160 gold. So if you kill the creep with 100 gold, that using Hand of Midas only gives you 60 gold. But if you kill a creep with 8 gold, Hand of Midas gives you 152 gold. See what I'm saying? Oh, that's embarrassing. Grave comes out. Range drops the arena. No spears are available though. Will it finally find it? The angle, I mean. And yeah, they will get the double kill for Krish, who's, you know, on his way out. But would love to see an early shard for Gringe. I think a shard is just a way more impactful than this early shard, Staff of Wizardry or whatever he bought. What did he buy? Nothing. Yeah, I would definitely pivot. Pivot to the shard when you're dealing with so many heroes that need to be stunned. It's super important, and yeah, the damage comes out there on the Razor. Chronosphere is available. Biscuit did get caught for time dilation, but where's the Blank Spear? They don't have one. Looking for an angle. They don't have Arena, so... Dazzle Save is available. Man, this is starting to get a little bit problematic, and I say that for the Void because if you get picked off here, this kind of move, very problematic, very detrimental to your game plan. Obviously not respecting sort of people missing around the map. You gotta pay attention anytime Disruptor's not available. And yeah, the hard L is also in danger of getting glimpsed back. Spear back, can actually see himself. Interesting mechanic there. I didn't know that's how that works, but you know, the more you learn about Dota, the more you get better as a player. And Weaver will just continue to go, continue to ride, continue to chase. He does have the time loss available and the Shikuchi out. Rock will land. Thrown up into the air, the Mars. Looking for an angle here. They don't have a blink on SF, but they do have the SF waiting in the wings. Spear back, but I think ultimately the Mars is going to be told to kind of just let it be. As they do eventually get the Disruptor ultimate available. 11 walking over. Can they get a save with the Disruption? No. Doesn't come out in time. But you do need... Oh my gosh, there's no way they're going to go for this setup. Yes, they are. Rips the ultimate. Another death on the same place on the map for Straight Edge. This item buildup is proving to be a bit too greedy on the Void Spirit. I mean, you know, Falcon Blade, Hand of Midas, Maelstrom, dude, 20 minutes in, you don't have a single item ready and ready for the game. Spear back, doesn't quite get an angle, and the save is going to be there from the Dazzle, so kind of getting punished. I think they were ready for that kind of move. 11 will find the raised pickoff, however. Greaves on Razor. I mean, it looks like the build on Razor every game is Greaves plus Pipe, which I guess seems decent enough. And considering how it was played earlier today, the first game of the series, nice to see that the Razor's been picked right back up. But Shadow Demon can't get the blink away from for himself. Goes for a link. And 11 is here with some raises, but Bisk eventually will go down. It's going to be Chris actually coming in, but the Chronosphere used on 11. He doesn't have ulti. Gets chased down, caught out, and killed, and now the Tornado up onto Krish. This is just scuffed from the very beginning. Carstensz punishing a lack of team play coordination. They didn't have Arena available. And yeah, that was a move up to the Tormentor, something that could have easily been taken by YACHE123 if they were a little bit strong, you know, tighter in their map movements. Shiva's guard definitely necessary against this lineup. Against the Dazzle, when there's a Greaves on the Razor, Mars is just not the kind of hero that will build that item, though, not unless it's completely necessary, which it may very well be this game. See what Krish wants to go for next. Double defensive item, Falcon Blade, or Dragon Lance, I mean, into BKB. Not my favorite. Not a fan. Not a fan of this itemization. I think on Weaver specifically, you need to go offensive item, defensive item, offensive item, defensive item, offensive item, defensive item. He's gone for the Falcon Blade, which is good. But on this hero, again, the tempo is everything. So, like, I would prefer Falcon Blade or Dragonlance Crystallis BKB instead of Dragonlance BKB Crystallis or Daedalus, I guess, because then you can after BKB you can finish the Daedalus, right? Like you slow your game down so much if you can't kill people on this hero, and the fact that you've died 4 times in this game, you can't really afford to die more than 5 times on Weaver. If you do, the game's cooked. Tsukimoto will dodge the spear. I'm not, Mars is one of the hardest heroes in Dota 2 to play. You have to have a lot of confidence on the hero. I haven't seen many spears into ultis yet, and the Brewmaster just shrugs off double ultimates. The TP is out for the Muerta. Not involved in this team fight at all anymore. The Rays are now getting banished up. They are going to set up with the Shadow Demon ult, but where's any follow-up? The right click, the ultimate from Dazzle giving some sustain over to Mamangdaya. There is Arena available, and the bugs are going to give no vision, no critical information. Do you just blink and pray? Doesn't seem like that good of an opportunity, but the smoke is out. They want to take a reinitiation. Use the TP from Muerta to get into the outpost, probably. No, they're making just the call to walk over, but smoked up behind Krish, looking for an angle. They see Mamangdaya's spear back in with the arena. There it is. And just like that, you caught one, and now you have the save. Straight edge, but this is the first whiffed chrono of the game. Forced to go back. You have some saves on Mars if you need them. And now Krish feels confident. No arena. Severe lack of lockdown. Spear is going to be good. Straight edge with the TP out. He's gonna get the time lapse off in time, but that is a really nice time dilation. Right click's coming in. Oh my gosh, if there was a stun, if there was really anything else, nice blink onto the back line by the Mars. The Brewmaster is going to get the ultimate off in time, and now this is very problematic as Bisk getting cut out here. Krish with the triple of all things. Self-save on the Shadow Demon. Basis Void kind of waiting, but now, what do you do? The Brewmaster might get caught out here, might not. He'll be okay, but the Roshan walking up top now. Ultimate's getting used left, right, and center. The shard will be completed on the Mars here in a few seconds. And with the amount of minus armor you have and the right-click damage, this Roshan will go down very easily. That is going to be a one Rosh fight for this Radiant lineup. YACHE123 looked like they were on the back foot for a little bit of the game, but they've come back. And we know how important that first Roshan is. We've seen it in the past. How dominant some of these teams can be in these positions, right? Aghanim Scepter for Tammy Baby next. Love this item. Love this item. Stop those BKBs. Stop even using an Aghanim Scepter Disruptor on someone that buys auras. Super, super value. Just stops, shuts down 10, 15,000 golden net worth. This support duo scales. Fringe, buddy, you gotta relax a little bit. They are gonna find an angle though. Tsukimoto banished up, straight edge on the back line, looking for Bisk. We'll find it. And Tsukimoto's not in any trouble of dying because he's got some saves behind him. BKB forced out from the Shadow Fiend. Brewmaster ultimate canceled. Let's see what Krish wants to end up going for here.
bottom tower is under siege.
So, I think one of the problems that YACHE123 are dealing with is how important this Dazzle has been for this team. Holy giga cow is this hero, like, causing a lot of problems. The heals, the saves, the graves, poison touch. Weaver has been doing a good job getting on the back line, right? Finding the Dazzle, but you do need once you get the Daedalus, you'll be able to like
Tower has fallen.
really start shutting him down. It is a nice bit of armor though. There is a bit of like a armor counter armor strat here, right? With the lasting presence from SF, or I mean the dark presence from SF plus Weaver bugs, and then you have some minus armor on the Razor with Eye of the Storm. And obviously, Great Edge. Walking up the high ground! That is a sick ulti to just stop the pressure, but the double damage on Krish basically two-shot him. A 1000 damage crit. Pretty much just sealed the deal. I mean, I don't blame him for going for that chrono. It was a sick angle to go for it, but you can see how building all these small items really hurts your farming speed, right? Like,
Is under siege.
both the Falcon Blade and the Hyena Midas, I get the reasoning behind both, but you don't have a time lapse on Weaver. You're gonna have to come in with the save at some point. He's still silenced up and he gets it off. 11 with the BKB ulti in the middle of the team. Can't quite get the save down. The Grave is not available. Mamangdaya now turning his attention over. Has the Greaves, but the stun from the creeps acting like a bit of a bait here as Bisk is still waiting in the wings. Has a save available. Need to save the Weaver here. He does have an Aegis though. They will get the Aegis. They also find Disruptor. Let's see, do they step away? I think the Dire will take that trade. Carstensz, take the Aegis off of Krish. Going for Hurricane Pike next. And to get himself out of those sticky situations that you can find yourself in on the hero. But what I love about that team fight is the ward placement, right? You're fighting under a ward if you're on the Dire. I would love to see some more like fight wards placed for the Radiant. They definitely go a very long way. The fact that this middle tier 1 tower is still alive, by the way, for YACHE123 is a little bit, just a tad bit illegal. It's allowed the squeeze on the map to be a lot tighter than it really should be. And the Mjolnir courier just got picked off. Tormentor will go their way at the very least. But a fortification defends both the bottom and the top and the middle tower, I mean. Already lost the top tower. Just to the constant poking, and that's I think YACHE123 are better objective takers. They're just better, they're a lot more cleaner when it comes to objective pressure than Carstensz. You can see the Weaver top, you know, in the middle lane. He's just basically solo pushing this. He's got a couple people behind him, but
Dire's middle tower has been destroyed.
you know, they take that tower easy. There's no fort, so they can just make their way over to the right, get that bottom tower.
Dire's bottom tower is being attacked.
Alright, it's completed on Mars with the BKB.
Radiant's
BKB on Weaver.
tower is under attack.
We saw the BKB timings last game. If there was ever a lesson you had to learn from game 1 and game 2 of last game, BKBs. Oh my god, will have a BKB of his own. This is Void, BKB already finished, but no Mjolnir. And then Brewmaster also with the BKB. So, you know, this is one of those timings that everyone's gonna run at each other.
Dire's bottom tower is under siege. Dire's bottom tower has been destroyed.
Oh my goodness, hello, camera? Hi, sorry, we're back. I don't know what the heck was going on there. My apologies to the viewers. We'll blame production. I'm production. Roshan up in 15 seconds or so. That does provide an opportunity. I suspect that's going to be the next big team fight. Oof. Visca's, I feel like he's got to play a lot more defensive with the blink, with the Aether Lens. If he gets caught in Chrono, or if anybody sees him, it's really problematic. He's one of the more important parts of this game, and honestly, would love to see him kind of greed it out a little bit more. You know, Aghanim Scepter is so important on this hero, I feel, in this game. Breaking Razor, breaking Faceless Void, even breaking the Brewmaster. But the Roshan snuck in by the Dire will go uncontested. I know Straight Edge has had a hard time getting that those good chronos off. But now with the BKB, I don't consider Faceless Void to be a great Aegis carrier. But there's really, to be fair, nobody on the Dire that is, so. Weaver pushed up a bit farther. Air split, though. Waiting. In the tree line. Who's going to blink first? They find the back line. The Dazzle's taken out. This is the most important person that they could possibly go for. Disruptor gets chronoed. Both supports end up falling.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower
Razor's
has been
courier
destroyed.
retreating, but again, this is a big Aegis timing. Aghanim Scepter completed on Straight Edge as well.
Radiant's middle tower is
It's okay. I mean, it's decent enough gap close, but kind of prefer Refresher on this hero. Obviously, like 90% of what you do is Chrono, so making sure you have more of that is super important. There wasn't any tower pressure happening bottom, but I think... I wish...
Top tower is under
I
attack.
wish there was a certain,
Probably fine. Trust me, I'm a supercomputer.
you know, amount of urgency
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
on the Dire, because it feels like they're kind of getting outmaneuvered around the map right now. The game is at such an even level, but it doesn't feel like they have an advantage. It doesn't feel like they're playing with the power play. Fish will break the smoke. Mars waits. There was a big opportunity for a sort of all-in team fight there. They didn't want to take it though. The BKB's a little bit too... a little too close for comfort to go for a move like that. Especially considering how far an aggressive Radiant lineup is playing to keep this lane pushed up.
Dire's top tower is
And yeah, with the
under
ward, they're going to be able to see exactly what's going where. I believe there's a gem on the Brewmaster, so you know they're able to clean up any vision, and that's a big deal, right? I think the vision has really been enabling a lot of the moves that YACHE123 have been making. But again, this is the Aegis for Carstensz, and with less than a minute left, I don't think they're going to get a single tier 2 tower out of this. They might not even get a tower. I don't know if that middle tower is part of this Aegis push. It may very well have been, but with the amount of time that, you know, a tier 1 tower off of an Aegis at 39 minutes, this is not something you need to get an Aegis for. This is... oh, this is a weird opportunity. The Blink Spear is only going to connect onto one, though. Krish, with the BKB of his own, Same able to get out.
Radiant's top tower is being attacked.
There is always a grave ready in hand. But Tammy Baby has the Egg and Scepter finished up. This is devastating. Absolutely devastating of an item. If you can catch them... oh my gosh, they got the Faceless Void! He can't use the BKB! He's gonna get chased down here, 11 with the ultimate as well! Does he have the damage? Of course he does! Dazzle tried to come in with the save and he couldn't find the angle, so now it's gonna be Razor out with the TP. But... an Aegis for what? There's a clarity on the deck. I don't know who has the gem. If anyone has the gem, it's going to be the Shadow Demon. And yeah, that Aghanim Scepter from the Disruptor catching the Faceless Void. Such an awkward position. They're looking for an angle. They're looking for a kill. Buyback on the Dazzle, but this SF ulti has been causing so many problems. And just like that, the base is being torn open. 13, 4, and 20 on Weaver. He has popped off since, you know, finding some of those problematic deaths, but here it continues. The damage is way too much, and now the arena's used on the Dazzle on the backline. Hard L calls GG. And just like that, it felt like just one bad death on Faceless Void, and that's all it took. I mean, he got caught. Didn't respect didn't see the Dazzle had the ultimate available. Had he just used BKB, time-lapse down onto the low ground, wouldn't have died in that situation. And yeah, I mean, that's basically it for him. What an insane last like 2 minutes of gameplay. I mean, that is just heartbreaking for Carstensz, who really relied on Same in this third game to come out ahead, and you can tell how important he was to these team fights. Did such a good job. Did the most damage on his team, but ultimately the Faceless Void just not a fan of this itemization. You know, I really don't think he respected the disruptor pick here with this Faceless. You know, how YACHE123 had, or YACHE123, I apologize, had so much more tempo, right? I mean, if Carstensz can get past this sort of 40 minute timing, you have an opportunity. But they played, you know, the Radiant played the Aegis so well, they didn't let a single tower go during this Aegis time. Sorry, they let the middle tower go during the Aegis timing. But that was it. And eventually, you know, they go up the high ground and they win the game. So that's going to be it. YACHE123 will take the we'll take this best of 3 series. For those of you that are wondering what's going on tomorrow, it's going to be, of course, YACHE123 playing against Interactive Philippines, and also OMQ and Friends against Carstensz. So a big win here does put Carstensz in a bit of an uncomfortable situation. Team Essence also kind of in the running, so it's Team Essence, Carstensz, and YACHE123 battling not to be last. Of course, we have a 7 team group stage here, and the way it works, top 4 teams make it to the upper bracket. Yangon Galacticos, I believe, are already slotted, you know, guaranteed to be at the number 1 seed, even though they have a series left to play. That's how dominant they have been. Ivory, second so far in the standings. I also believe that that is basically locked in place because they have the tiebreaker over Interactive Philippines, who would be able to, you know, fight them for that spot. So OMQ and Friends, the last one, they have a couple of more series left to deal with. Maybe they push up, right? If they can 2-0 Carstensz, if they can 2-0 Team Essence, which is very possible for them, you know, there's an opportunity where they can maybe upset Interactive Philippines and take that number 3 spot. But again, that relies on Interactive Philippines not winning against YACHE123, which is, you know, they have been struggling, but I'd be surprised. They did just win a clean game of, not a clean game per se, but a clean, you know, or a clean series. But they did battle it out. You know, they've showed that they had some fight in them in the series. And that's it for us here at EPL for today. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching at home. I appreciate each and every single one of you. And that was it for us. Only the 1 series. I know I wish it was a little bit more, but unfortunately, it is what it is. We're going to get some music going. Non-copyright music. And head our way to the end of the day. Thank you so much for watching.
fall asleep when you're counting stars. Get it together. Your mind can't sleep when you let it serve. Now you wanna see me fall.